Hi, welcome back to the garden. Today is Friday, August 26th. You know what we do at my house on Friday? We plant. But we're not going to plant a lot. Today we're going to go ahead and fill in some of the gaps for the fall garden. Summer's not quite over. We've had some hot days, and we've had blister beetles. These beets right here, I got a few that have survived so far. Like I keep saying, there's things out here that like this stuff as much as we do. And our carrots, that's round two. Last time I pulled the top off, I didn't cover them back, and the sun just beat them down. We got 2 more hot days coming up, according to the forecast, and then we ought to be okay for the next week or so. We got rain coming. But our spinach patch, it never even germinated, it was so hot. Now we got some lettuce back here that didn't germinate. Let's go ahead and get some more of that in the ground. And as far as our summer planting, these radishes popped right out of the ground. They look like they're doing just fine. We've got a winter squash that's about to take off, and these peas are coming up really good. Now back here we got a pretty good little patch of beets, and these peas came on just fine. We're going to go ahead and plant some salvia and some rocket arugula. See if we can't get this to germinate. So the salvia, we're just going to put a nice little row. And it may still be a little too hot, because this ground definitely is dry. But we just make sure we got soil contact. And I'm going to soak this. Now your lettuces, your arugulas, they can't take a whole lot of mulch on top of them, so we're not going to mulch them. We're just going to have to make sure we keep them moist. They're kind of tricky sometimes in the real heat to get going. And we might have to do this again. It doesn't always work out the way you want it to. Now that's our look at the fall garden, but we did get some stuff in containers. We need to up pot those. They've sprouted. I think you're going to enjoy that. Come on, let's see what we got. Now I went ahead and pulled this plastic back a couple days ago. It seemed like it was getting awful wet underneath there, and then they sprouted. They've been up for just a couple days. They're not all sprouted, but I got enough that I think we can go ahead and start up potting. That is one of the nice things about these seed starter trays. They've got that rubber bottom. I'll show you. That these bottoms, the thing I like about these with that rubber bottom, you can just push this up and it all comes out in one piece. And since I went ahead and planted several seeds in each one of these, before the roots get going too much, which they already seem to be, I was going to go ahead and break these apart. If you look at the amount of roots that are going on underneath there, and you get those apart, you just gently drop them. To get those apart, you just kind of gently massage it. And that dirt will break away, and that dirt will fall away. And you pull them apart, and look at that. Look at the root systems on those. We definitely want to get those going in their own containers. And we don't want to leave them in the small containers too long. We don't want them to be stunted. I want to give them plenty of chance to grow, and these are already showing signs of their first true leaf. Even some of your summer planting is going to take place in the house, just so you get a good start on it. If you got an inexpensive grow light, it really helps. A little Glad wrap over the top acts as a mini greenhouse, gets them germinated pretty good. I mean, you can see I got several of these already with their first true leaves coming out. As these sprout, we'll get them in containers also, and we'll be ready to put these out in the cold frame when it comes time. Hope you join me for that. I'm not going to put the Glad wrap back on these. They're pretty moist, and they're almost all germinating. I got little sprouts everywhere in here. So over the next few days, we'll go ahead and get those in containers as they get a little bigger. And once the cooler weather begins at the beginning of the week, we'll go ahead and set these out to harden in. let them kind of grow a little bit, then we'll get them out to the garden. Until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden.